chorus is one of those effects that I feel like it's just slowly winning back my heart. I love how we can make things sound really full and really beefy, and it's ridiculously versatile. You can put it on vocals, you can put it on guitars, synthesizers, and the list goes on. Hey, this is Onesto, and today we're going to learn what chorus is and how to use it. The most basic definition is that it's an effect that occurs whenever similar sound sources try to make the same sound at the same time. I know the definition is pretty wooden, so I just like to think of a chorus of people, also known as a choir. Now, a choir is made up of similar voices, all trying to sing the same thing at the same time, but what makes a choir so beautiful is that each member of that choir, they're going to sing the same part at slightly different timings and at slightly different pitches. So add all those imperfections together and you get a fuller and thicker sound, also known as a chorus effect. Now, when it comes to a chorus effect, pedal, or plugin, something similar is happening. What's happening is that the chorus effect is taking your original audio signal and it copies it. The original signal is left alone, but that copy signal, that has its timing slightly delayed. And its pitch is going to be slightly modulated with an LFO. The result is that it sounds like more than one copy of the sound is playing, and it makes things sound more thick, full, and chorusy. So that's the really simplified version of what chorus is. So now let me show you how to use it. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to use the chorus effect found in Serum because I feel like a lot of these controls are very universal. There's nothing really tricky or not. I mean, what you see here, you'll be seeing in other different chorus plugins and effects. And of course, I have this wonderful saw wave to mess with here. And right now in this chorus, I have the knob set up in a way to where it's going to make no difference, no change in the sound. Take a listen. Yeah, so nothing is happening because all these knobs are kind of set to off. So the first knob I want to adjust is the delay 1 knob here. So this delay is going to affect that duplicated signal. It's going to determine how much delay is going on. So I'm just going to go from 0 and increase it up. Cool, so you can already hear, that separation between both the original and duplicated layer. And you'll notice that the delay is only from like 0 to 20 milliseconds. It's not a big delay, it's a very, very small one, but just that tiny difference makes a big impact already. You'll notice that there's also a delay 2 in here. This allows you to get another voicing. So now you have the original and 2 copies of it. So let's see how it sounds. I'm just gonna play off a little chord. Yeah, it's already sounding pretty cool. Nice. Now remember that with chorus, the duplicated audio is not only being delayed, but the pitch is being modulated by LFO. So that's where the rate and the depth knob comes in. So the rate is determining how fast that LFO knob is. So we'll just go right here and nothing's gonna happen because the depth is at 0. Yeah, so rate and depth they work hand in hand. All right, so what's the depth knob do? So the depth is determining the range of that pitch modulation based off the rate of the LFO. So when depth is at 0, that means the pitch modulation is going nowhere. When depth is at a higher rate, then the pitch modulation goes further out. And if that one is at lower, it's still going at the same rate of the LFO, but now it's less. So let's go with the extreme first. The pitch is gonna sound funky. Well, that's just bad, that's not funky. All right, so we'll just decrease the depth knob to here. Cool, so we're hearing that movement, but because the range of that pitch modulation isn't extreme, it actually sounds musical still. So let's hear how it sounds with like chords and stuff. Yeah, that sounds good. That's what chorus does. The last knob to talk about is a feedback knob, and I really like this knob. I think this adds a little bit more of that magic and spice. At low settings, you get a bit more movement. At higher, it starts to sound metallic, but yeah, it sounds metallic-y. Yeah, let's bring on the master. So feedback, I like to keep it around, I don't know, it depends on case by case, but I don't like to go too crazy with feedback. I just like to hear it just a little bit. Yeah, like I think that's good right there. And then in the Serum's chorus, they have this low pass filter. This isn't the case in most choruses, but it's something nice that's included. And the little quick tip on Serum is that if you click this little LPF, it changes to a high pass filter. Low pass, high pass, cool. So sometimes chorus does bring up some like strident sounding frequencies. So I'm just gonna do this, lower that. And of course, when sound designing, you usually don't stick with just one effect. I like to pile on a bunch of them. So let's throw in some distortion and then some delay and reverb, something kind of straightforward. All right, cool. So let's try this out and hear how it all sounds together. And let's turn off chorus and just kind of hear the difference. Isn't it crazy that this chorus, just by duplicating the audio signal, slightly delaying it, slightly modulating the pitch, gives you that big of a difference? That verse. And that's what chorus is and how to use it. If you found this video helpful, please like it so it can spread to other producers like you. Thanks for hanging out. Later.